You already know it's a Pyrite Town Punks production. So we got two very competent players coming up, Z and Lhions. As I've said before, Z is a seasoned VGC player. If you ever watch VGC regionals, you know they have YouTube streams and all that, and Twitch streams. You've probably seen Z before, at least their name come up, because they have a lot of day twos. I think they also top cut some events, so they're a very, very good VGC player. They've also appeared on stream before, given interviews. So yeah, they're definitely one of the best players in the league, and they have shown that that is the case by making it to semifinals. Originally there were 24 players. And they're also like one of the main players of ADV doubles OU, which is kind of like our sister format. So we're playing Ore Coliseum, which is like Gen 3 VGC, so we're playing with the same rules as VGC, but in Generation 3. And and ADV doubles OU is basically if you play doubles, but you kind of use similar rules to singles, like OU, which is why it's called doubles OU. So you don't, like you ban things, but you don't like ban mythicals, unless they're too strong, like Mew. And you don't have team preview, you bring all 6 mons to every battle. You don't choose a lead, it's always the same lead. And you don't have item clause, so it's like OU basically. Alright, so yeah, that's Z for you. So definitely one of the best players in the league. I'm very excited to see what they're gonna bring. And then we got Lhions, who I played in week 2. Check out my YouTube channel if you want to watch that match between me and Lhions. I barely won that, but they brought some really interesting techs. They're always bringing very like crazy teams, crazy techs. Always very interesting stuff to see, so I'm very excited to see what Lhions is going to bring in this semi-finals. And they're also a very good player and also play a lot of ADV doubles OU. And so these two ADV doubles OU experts have come over to Ore Coliseum for Mount Battle 3 for our league competition. Too bad nobody's co-commentating with me, so I'll have to do it myself, but I'll try my best. Alright. Oh, there we go. Alright. Let me change the music. We started the battle. Come on. Alright. So let's see what they brought. Lhions has brought Aerodactyl and a Registeel. Wow, okay, Lhions bringing out the Registeel WinCon. I'm really excited about this one. If you have ever faced Registeel before, you know how hard it is to beat it with the wrong team. So with a little bit of luck, by which I mean if Lhions does not get crit too often here, Registeel might just roll over Z's team, because Z is rocking a very standard team with Swampert on it. You don't think Registeel looks amazing here? I mean, there's no fire type, there's no fighting type. If Registeel gets the skill swap off, how is Z gonna beat it? Like, we'll see how Lhions plays it. We'll see about that. Maybe it's not gonna work out, we will see. Gengar, of course, has to get the skill swap off first of all. But if Lhions can get it off, if Lhions can get the skill swap off, Registeel could get very scary here. Swampert is a naturally good check if it has lefties. I mean, Swampert has to hit those Hydro Pumps, otherwise it's not doing damage into a Levitate Registeel. Yeah, Zapdos Swampert can chip it down, but like you run out of Hydro Pumps, you're gonna need a crit. No, you're gonna need like 2 crits, I think. Because the thing about Registeel is it can take a crit, right? Even if you crit it once, it might not break it. Anyways, Metagross Lati lead, very standard from Z, and then Gengar Latias lead from Lhions. Okay. So let's see, does Lhions try to go for the skill swap immediately, switch out into Registeel? Are they trying to take out the Latios first? Metagross immediately threatens the KO on Gengar, so does Latios. No, actually Gengar is bulky. Gengar has max HP, so only Latios would KO Gengar here. Oh, but the Icy Wind hits what it wants to hit, the Latios right here. Okay, so now Latios is slowed down, and now Gengar can go for the guaranteed skill swap into a Registeel switch-in, and there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, there's the Levitate Registeel. Meteor Mash actually KOs Gengar. That has to be Choice Band Metagross, I think. I think that's Choice Band Metagross. If it OHKOs a max HP Gengar like that. And there's a Dragon Claw into Registeel, takes 10%, but has leftovers. It's not CB? What is Tauros then? Oh, that's a good point, yeah. Wait, so Metagross can OHKO max HP Gengar, that's crazy. That's kinda nutty. Anyways, Lhions has lost Gengar. However, Registeel is set up with Levitate. And now Registeel can start setting up those Amnesias so that Zapdos cannot really hit it anymore. Metagross will need some attack boosts here. This is looking very interesting right now. Reflect from Latias to make it even harder to do damage into Registeel with Meteor Mash. There's the first Amnesia. And Z's Latios has substitutes, sets up a sub. And now Aerodactyl comes in. Okay, so Lhions down to their last 2 Mons, but we will see how Z can find their way around this Registeel. Arrow breaks the sub on Latios with the Rock Slide. Misses the Metagross, doesn't really matter that much, except it could have gotten a flinch there. And Registeel sets up another Amnesia. Hard switch into Zapdos, wants to get that damage in as soon as possible, while it's not at +6 special defense yet. But yeah, I think it's gonna be rough, but I feel like you need crits to win this, no? I mean, you do 5% with Meteor Mash now, with the Reflect. Okay, you're gonna do 10%, but once you set up another Iron defense, that doesn't even matter anymore. Protect. Ah, okay. Why doesn't Lhions want to set up, though? Interesting. Maybe the setup doesn't really matter anymore. Okay, there's a Seismic Toss. Metagross can still take another Seismic Toss, so that's good for Z. Still needs 2 Seismic Tosses to take it down. But yeah, you're fishing for crits here to win. Also surprised that they don't go for Zapdos. I guess they're really scared that Zapdos is going to protect. There's a Boom. That does 31%. Alright. Now's the time for a crit. Now's the time for a crit to KO this Registeel. Because with that last Amnesia, it's at +6. T-Bolt does 8%. Hydro Pump does 6%. There's the rest. And now even if you get 1 crit, I don't think that's going to be enough. There's another substitute. Registeel sleeps. Alright, it's a 1v3, but it all depends on how many crits Z can get. Registeel still sleeping, but still at full HP, even after that T-Bolt. Lefties brings it back to full. Latios has Calm Mind though, okay. So it's a Calm Mind Latios, so that might be the threat to look out for here. Because let's say it goes to +4, well even then, it's gonna do like 10% as it did before when they were both at neutral, right? And it's probably not getting to, I mean to +6, it's probably not getting to +6 anyways. They did get a paralysis now. But I mean, Registeel just needs to rest to get rid of the paralysis again. Latios can only take 1 more Seismic Toss. Oh, I guess you can also PP stall Registeel, huh? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, it's down 2v1. Swampert and Zapdos versus Registeel. Still no critical hits inside. How much longer until Lhions can get their first critical hit? I mean, Z can get their first critical hit. There's a Hydro Miss. Registeel takes down the substitute. Zapdos can go for another. Yeah, I mean, like, it all depends on critical hits here. Hydro crit. I wonder how much that would do. Let me do some quick math. How much did Hydro Pump do? Wait, why does Registeel go for Amnesia here? Well, I guess Iron Defense doesn't matter anymore. Hydro Pump did 6.3%, so let's say times what? Times 8? That's gonna do like, let's say it's gonna do 50%. It's probably gonna do like 50%, but not more. Zapdos cannot go for sub anymore. One more Seismic Toss and it goes down. And there it is, it goes down. And now it's all down to Swampert. And as I predicted at the beginning, this looks very rough for Swampert. If it runs out of Hydro Pump, I don't think it can win anymore. Registeel should have enough Seismic Tosses. Yeah, there's the forfeit from Z. Yeah, that's a rough matchup. As I said, that's a pretty rough matchup. Wait. Where's game 2? Alright, we're waiting for game 2. It didn't load the best of 5. Yeah, that is how scary Registeel can be. Alright, let's put on some other music. There's game 2. Alright, let's switch again from Z's point of view. Yeah, so now Z has to figure out how to take on this Registeel, because, as I said, this is a pretty rough matchup. I faced Registeel with a similar team. If you don't have a fire type or a fighting type, you're gonna need not 1 but 2 crits to take it out as soon as it gets going. The Icy Wind combo with the Gengar to skill swap to outspeed Latios. Also, I think Latios might not have Psychic here. So Gengar might be safe from getting outsped and O-code. Especially because it's max HP. I don't think Tauros can O-code it. It's true, it is pretty lucky to get 0 crits, but I think even if you get 1 crit, Registeel still wins there. I think you need 2 crits to beat Registeel. Z should just do the same thing again. Yeah, that's fair. Well, Z probably has played against Registeel before. That's probably a thing in doubles OU, I would guess. Can I make the game window bigger? No, sorry. I made the layout like this, so I can't actually make it bigger. So yeah, Z should have some experience with dealing with Registeel, so let's see how they're gonna adjust. It's a Swampert Metagross lead versus Snorlax and Latias. Is Lhions not going for the Registeel this time? But yeah, Lhions really dictating the pace of this match right now, threatening the Registeel win con every game, forcing Z to get lucky against the Registeel basically. Let's see, there's a Reflect. Oh, it takes less than half from that Meteor Mash, that's crazy. Latias still at over half health. Snorlax goes for an Earthquake, but Metagross also still over half health. This Metagross isn't even max HP. This Metagross has no bulk. Still takes less than half. That's what no attack investment does to a Snorlax. That's crazy. That's why you need attack investment on Snorlax. I don't understand not running attack investment. Like, this has to be a 2-hit KO on Metagross. That's unacceptable not to get a 2-hit KO. especially on no bulk Metagross. There's another Meteor Mash. Icy Wind comes out once again, doesn't matter on Snorlax. There's a self-destruct. Alright, that's still enough. Oh, that's a crit. That crit probably didn't matter. Did it? Wait. No, I guess it didn't matter. Yeah, that crit shouldn't have mattered. Swampert and Metagross. It was actually a double crit, alright. Well, none of those should have mattered. Now Gengar comes in. Snorlax Zapdos now will have to deal with a Registeel that will have Levitate. Because I am so confident that Ladias will switch out into Registeel right now. And Gengar should skill swap their Levitate onto Registeel. Perish Song would be another interesting option. I don't expect Gengar to have Perish Song here. But who knows, maybe. Yeah, I wonder if you would run Perish Song on a Registeel team. Because most of the time you want to like... I guess you could Perish first and then skill swap Levitate. But once you skill swap Levitate, you shouldn't switch Registeel out anymore, so... Okay. There's a return into Ladias and a T-Bolt into the protecting Gengar. I mean, what's the plan here? Don't you just skill swap Levitate? Don't you have Registeel in the back? Could it be that Lhions did not bring Registeel in the back? Oh, there's an explosion. I think it's Aerodactyl coming in, right? No, Raikou. Alright. Takes the T-Bolt, does not get paralyzed. Snorlax should die from a T-Bolt from Raikou. Yeah, I think Raikou wins this. Let's see. Zapdos protects. They try to go for the self-destruct, but yeah. Snorlax goes down to the T-Bolt. And Raikou will finish off this Zapdos. Alright, that's game 2. Another win for Lhions. Now 2-0 for Lhions. And now we're waiting for game 3. And there's game 3. Game number 3. Is Registeel gonna make a comeback or not? Place your bets right now. Alright. So, yeah. Z in a rough spot right now. Z is in a very rough spot, because on one hand they have to respect the Registeel, but on the other hand, if you respect Registeel too hard, you might just lose to the other modes of this team. And Lhions probably keeping Registeel in the back as a trump card in maybe game 4 or 5, if it comes down to it. But yeah, Z with a Tauros lead into Ladias and Lax, which is great because Snorlax immediately at -1 will do no damage. Because yeah, it has no attack investment. It's gonna do like no damage at -1. Tauros can get a big double edge off or a return. Metagross can pressure damage with Meteor Mash. Ladias definitely going for another Reflect here in my opinion. And then you probably just want damage into Snorlax. Or whatever switches in. This could be a Gengar switch in. Especially now Tauros has to lock itself into probably a normal type move. So then Gengar comes in, doesn't take any damage anymore from Tauros. Yeah, this is why you have to run HP Ghost on Tauros, by the way. Otherwise you have no options versus Gengar. Alright, Nikos, so we are in game 3 right now. It's a best of 5. It's a best of 5, so one more win for Lhions, then they have 3 wins, and then they win the best of 5. Yeah, Tauros pretty much always runs the same 4 moves, yeah. But yeah, Z with the back against the wall, how are they going to bring it back? At least they can probably expect that there shouldn't be Registeel in the back, so they can play accordingly. They got a good lead going. They're probably hoping to get a return or double edge in before Lhios sets up the reflect so that Lhios can go down as soon as possible. Lhios on Lhions' side is max attack, by the way. Max HP. So yeah, that's a very bulky Lhios. Definitely can take a double edge. Lhions doesn't even run Metagross. Lhions is very notorious for not liking Metagross and actually uses Metagross, maybe one of the players that uses Metagross the least in the format, which is something very interesting about them. Yes, so in our format we actually see the HP stat of every Mon, because that's how it works when you play on XD versus other players. When you do player versus player battles, you actually see everybody's HP stats. So we got that implemented here, so I know exactly how much HP investment every Mon has. So Metagross has no bulk, it has 4 HP EVs, Lhios has max HP, Tauros no HP investment, and then Snorlax on Lhions' side has almost max HP. Alright, we're waiting. We're still waiting for their decision, what they're gonna do turn 1. Oh, Z's internet died. Oh, gee. Alright, I guess we're gonna wait for Z to come back. Oh, Z saying, sorry, my internet keeps dying. Okay, there's turn 1. Return into Snorlax. There's the reflect. Snorlax stays alive. Goes for a reverse return into Tauros. Doesn't do much damage, but still, that's considerable damage into a Tauros. That means a Raikou T-Ball should always KO this Tauros. And Lhios set up the reflect. Now, another return might KO the Snorlax. Lhions can just switch in the Gengar, does not do it. There's a Dragon Claw, does not take out Tauros. Okay, but Snorlax takes out Tauros, the double up. Dragon Claw return takes out the Tauros. And down goes the Bull. Meanwhile, Snorlax and Lhios both at low HP on Lhions' side. A Zap T-Bolt takes out the Snorlax. Lhios protects. And there's a Meteor Mash into the protecting Lhios. Now, Registeel comes in, however it does not have Levitate. There's got to be a Gengar in the back. I think there has to be Gengar in the back right now. Maybe it isn't. We'll see. Okay, yeah, Gengar comes in. There's the HP Ice to take out Lhios. And a Meteor Mash into the incoming Registeel. Alright. That was a great switch by Lhions, switching out into Gengar. Knowing that, if anything, Z would Earthquake the Registeel. But I guess they could have crit the T-Bolt into a Gengar switch-in, so it was a little bit scary. Earthquake does not take out Gengar because of the Reflect. And Registeel immediately starts setting up Amnesia. So this T-Bolt did 28.4%. Which means a crit T-Bolt would do around 56%, maybe up to 60%. But as long as Registeel gets set up, it's gonna live a crit T-Bolt and then rest back up. Gengar protects here, Zapdos protects. Metagross tries to mash. An Iron Defense from Registeel. I feel like at this point you should just target Registeel aggressively. I mean, I guess Gengar wants to boom, but yeah, I don't know. It's rough. It's really rough for Z right now. Gengar threatening the boom. Skill swaps with the Swampert, interesting. Why would Gengar go for the skill swap there? Why don't you just boom? What do you really lose by booming? I guess you can crit yourself, but that should be fine. Yeah, that was a weird skill swap. HP Grass from Gengar, interesting. All right. HP Grass, Gengar. And now Metagross should outspeed, the Gengar should be able to KO it. So now it all comes down to, will Z get the crits that they need to beat this Registeel? If they cannot get the crits, they will lose this game, probably. Omeda doesn't go for the kill. Another HP Grass takes out the Swampert. And there's a Seismic Toss on the incoming Zapdos. Zapdos can only take 2 more of those. Can try to set up a substitute. This Registeel looking very threatening right now. Z is quickly running out of resources to beat it. Okay, Gengar protects. There's the T-Bolt, no crit. Paralysis though? Can we get a full para? Okay, there's a Seismic Toss. Zapdos hanging on by the skin of its teeth. This is looking dire. You're gonna need probably 2 crits and a full para in between to beat the Registeel. I don't believe in Metagross's ability to beat it. There's the crit, okay. Metagross takes out Gengar. Takes out, does not take out, goes for the Seismic Toss on Metagross. Keeps these chances of winning alive. No attack boost, there's a rest. Okay, now Registeel has to sleep for 2 turns. No crit so far, no second crit. Yeah, you need a crit. You need 2 crits right now. Registeel at 75%, 81 after the leftovers. Zapdos protects on the boom. Okay, yeah, it's over. Even a crit T-Bolt will not save you. You need a crit plus a full para. You don't get it. It's over. Lhions beats Z 3-0. Yeah, wow. What a showing how great Registeel can be. And Registeel is such a threatening mon, holy shit. I'm always scared of running into it. Just, you saw exactly why you should be scared of Registeel. This is amazing. This is an amazing mon that can just 1v4 whole teams. Yeah, Lhions was a machine with that thing, absolutely. Registeel is the wobbling of Aura. I don't know what the wobbling is. But yeah, like, that was crazy. And I said it from the beginning, Z has a really bad Registeel matchup because they don't have super effective damage into a levitating Registeel, and that's kind of what you need to beat Registeel unless you get super lucky and get 2 crits, you know? Melee Ice Climber's technique that kills you if you get grabbed once, I see. Yeah, so I'm gonna battle Lhions in finals. And we're gonna see. It's probably gonna be in around 1 week. Yeah, how do you counter it? You can use Arcanine with Overheat. Click Overheat over and over and over until you get a crit. You can use Fighting types, which with a crit might kill as well. Probably kill with a crit. Yeah, there's other options. Let me think. You can use Perisong, I guess. Perisong is very rarely used though. It's really rough, yeah, because like there aren't that many options to reliably beat Registeel. Okay. You can encore Registeel with Alakazam. Yeah, that's a great way to punish Registeel with Encore Alakazam. Yeah, you can use Gengar, which doesn't get hit by Registeel. However, look out for Registeel Sand teams. Akiak has seen that himself in action. The Sand will chip down Gengar and take it out. So the safest Gengar to beat Registeel would be a leftovers Gengar, actually. But yeah, Gengar or Ghost types in general, which are immune to Seismic Toss, are a way to beat Registeel. But yeah, it's rough. Like, the balance teams, the most standard teams that we have in the format, they have a pretty bad Registeel matchup. That's pretty rough. And yeah, I will have to prep for Registeel for next week. Because, yeah, I don't want to get bamboozled like Z. Just, yeah, Z got caught pretty hard by the Registeel here. I guess Lhions was confident that Z would bring a pretty standard team, which would not have a good matchup into Registeel. So yeah. Yeah, of course, that's what you tell yourself. Surely you don't bring Registeel 2 times in a row, right? But what if they do? What if they think I'm gonna think that? And then they do. Ever thought about that? I mean, you could also just have a good team of 5 and then bring Registeel just in case. I don't know. I mean, I can't not prep for it. Anyways, yeah, what a crazy match. But yeah, as long as you have like a fire or fighting type, you should be pretty good. You really need 1 crit from them and it's over. I guess you do need a crit at some point. But yeah, what a monster. Oh yeah, Registeel carried you in draft. Yeah. Who knows EE? What's EE? I've never heard of EE. Ah yeah, I guess I'm not that Regi weak. Yeah, I've used Arcanine before. I've used Heracross. Nikos, yeah, it's over. It was a best of 5 and Lhions won 3-0. Congratulations, Lhions, on the win. So we're gonna get the rematch. The rematch from week 2 for finals. Anyways, that confirms that our pool was the best pool. We got the 2 finalists from the same pool. Yeah, if you put Amnesia before Overheat, yeah, then you also kind of need a crit. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But at least that crit will kill, right? Because the thing about Zapdos is even if you crit with Zapdos, it doesn't kill the Registeel, so you really need 2 crits to beat it. Yeah, pool number 2 dominance, yes, yes. We persevered. Alright, yeah, so amazing match from Z and Lhions here. Congratulations to Z on a great run. On a great run in Mount Battle 3, hoping they will join again next season. Semifinals, of course, is a great finish. And yeah, looking forward to what Lhions will bring in our match next week. And Lhions already secured $25, so did I, and the winner of us will get $50. So that's pretty hype.